Nealon straight away with Heaven Smoke coming out. Now you've got KDO with, I think, Molotov towards the barrels angle, and 3 players running out from this short water commitment. Now, boost to start off for VP. You can see that right there. So Yikinda being boosted up by Buster, and Kikit's looking to go for a pretty aggressive play out from short water, and Sanji's got flashbangs. Flash comes out, and the charge just continues. Mo. Oh, okay. That was sick from him. That was some really great entries. That secondary kill was very, very quick. And now Buster and James are the last couple left on the site. It's pretty much just all falling apart from here. They know where Buster is. James, the one that's the rotator from A with the smoke and kit. And K23 just clearing out the monster position, making sure that there's no like backstab potential. If so, it might be out through connector at most. Good shot from Buster, 2v2. And KDO's kind of stuck in this default position. Nice angle. James now last one left. And they can just crossfire between one another, peek on each other's contact. Falls down from heaven. KDO's still here towards default. Swings out towards the right. James is just waiting for the peek to come through. Smoke onto the bomb. Forces KDO out into the open. And a 2K goes his way. So K23 find that early pistol. Very quick, very fast. In your face for VP. And even with a very heavy B stack and short commitment in particular, boost up and flashbangs, it still wasn't enough to slow down that push. Mo did a fantastic job of finding a couple of opening entry kills. So they're just rushing out. You can see Yikinda getting pretty overwhelmed, tries to fall back to that bank position. Flash comes out, and they're just pressing forward. They're putting so much pressure on him. You've then got Norbert trying to cut off rotations. Good shot from the P250. Can't follow up with any more. And then double fight comes out towards the top of connector. You've got KDO and Mo trying to set, or at least play together. But it's actually Kios that picks up that M4 that's able to do the damage for him to find the first kill. And at this point, James and Sanji just say, you know what, even though money for a few of our players is decent, like, we don't want to retake this. There's so many M4s picked up from K23. And that's something that this team can really offer, is just explosive trades and entries when it comes to some of these Deagle, Tech9, CZ, P250, just half buy, force buy kind of rounds. Even trying to go hunting. Can Nealon find anything? Oh, close. Very, very close. Sanji was down to 3 HP in the end there. So 5-4, VP, especially in the gun rounds, have looked certainly more dominant in Overpass, I'd like to say so far. Now, nade up towards one of the B players, I think it was Buster that threw that nade, allows a bit of a sightline in from the short player of Sanji if he wants to get aggressive, but for K23, they've just got the lurk out from Norbert towards the monster position. They've got KDO already in connector. A few players coming out from T-Con. Now, nothing aggressive here from the CT side, so it allows a lot of map control to come through from K23 without establishing any kind of contact. Bathrooms, smoke, and molly for divider. Norbert actually pushed very far out from monster to try and draw some util. Maybe try and see if he could draw out an opening fight. And VP going back to taking some short water control, and that's where Norbert's here to try and stop that from being the case. Flash over. Oh, he does so much damage for Buster, but can't quite find the frag. And for KDO, he thinks, right, I could get a bit of a sightline in from the open squeak door, but that's where Yikinda's playing in connect up. And Kios has to find this trade. Does so. Sanji's hearing, yeah, a couple of these footsteps, so he's got a bit of info. This could be a big backstab play. And Kios has to be reading this. Man, the timing on that. Like, you expect a play like that from Sanji when he's hearing the footsteps and knowing that there's an A play, and you're already starting to get rotations from Buster and James, that he probably wins the round. And then Kios coming out from connector just gets the best timing in the world. And they've now had a completely clear A bomb site. Nealon's getting flashed into truck. Got a nice little tight angle to deal with to the garbage area. Mo can force in the bomb plant. Very, very late wraparound coming in from Kick It. Chaos. Okay, gets spotted out into the open, so now it's man advantage going the way of the CT side. Nealon gets mollied, so Nealon has to relocate. And really, this comes down to Mo. He's made the aggressive play in towards Bank. He's got to be the one to make a bit of a play here. But Nealon's still holding his weight, gets a kill, forces James a distraction away. Now Kickett's the last one left, out from long, and he's out of there. Really nice crossfire there from K23. We saw Nealon finding a pick. That forces James out from CT garbage, and he's looking towards the truck position. Now Mo goes for a swing from Bank, so a really nice timing and repositioning on the crossfire there from K23 in the post plant, considering that they were down in a man disadvantage scenario. K23 holding on in this series. I certainly think that on Dust 2, up until that comeback right towards the end, they were just holding on. Like it's been a big contest between these two sides. Norbert seems to be like the lurk out from B every single round just to make sure they're not making any aggressive plays. Jane with the AWP out into connector. Gets that shot. Trade comes back. Okay, that's actually a really good situation now for the T side. They trade out pretty evenly. It's a 3 versus 3. They've dealt with the AWP of James, who's been just absolutely sick, and even KDO catches off an aggressive player of Buster. Now, Kickett pushed forward into Monster to now short water, so maybe KDO doesn't expect him to come from the left-hand side if he peeks out to the connector door. They've picked up that bomb too, and it looks like they're leaning into this A play, unless they fake it and go back to B. Oh, nice. Really nicely done. And for K23, this round right here is all about the mid-round and cutting off rotations. We saw the opening exchange from James in connector being pretty successful. He gets a pick, Kickett gets one too. And then the respawn comes through just on rotations. We see an aggressive player tries to come out from the CT side towards the short water. KDO's ready for it. And then as soon as Kios and Mo put up utility to that A bomb site, they put a molly down towards a truck position. They smoke off Bank. That forces Kickett to try and make an aggressive play to get behind them. And Kios is just ready for that. Or KDO, I should say, is just ready for that. And now they can just go back to B thinking, okay, well, Sanji's probably just the A player. Very nicely done here. And Sanji's just going to save. Maybe pick up that AWP from James. Wait, has Mo got that? Yeah, I think Mo... I mean, it's Kickett's AWP, but I think that was the one that James was holding. So, no chance for Sanji to pick up that dropped AWP. Just to hold on to the M4 is going to be all that he can find. So good response for K23. I think the mid-rounds is really where we've started to see the best from them. Certainly when it comes to opening picks, they haven't been on top form, but the mid-round of cutting out rotations is probably where they've looked their strongest, to say the least, on their T side. 3 players staying alive, and we've seen outside of the opening 3-0 start, it's been very individual rounds. We haven't seen a streak coming the way of K23 like we have for the VP side. So that is hurting their economy, and it is probably hurting their momentum too, that they're not able to string rounds together. So you can see Kickett's coming down from the heaven position. James and Buster are lining themselves up for a boost towards short water. And you can just see straight away how many players are coming in through Monster. Util's coming out from the top. Early B short volley to not allow any aggression towards short water. Neil and Mo a little bit further behind the pack. Flash comes in. Flashes again. Second pop. Third pop comes out. And Kickett's completely blind. Sanji's pretty blind too. And they just run out through Monster. Trade, well, they don't even trade. They just entry really, really quickly. Buster now is sort of trapped on the site, puts a smoke down to try and help him out the best that he can. And, like, what is that from KDO? He finds that kill onto James that's playing towards the back of Graffiti just behind this smoke. And then just wide swings onto Buster. Just such a quick round coming out from K23. Really, really fast. And Nikinda's like, well, this round's pretty much done. 1v5. No kit, hardly any util. This is done. This is going to be an 8 for K23. Nice and fast. And to think as well how many times they went for the BXE and it didn't work. I think they had 2 successful attempts, 2 failures, and then now that makes it a 3rd successful attempt. Came in at a good time. Flashes were just timed great. Positioned good as well, because both Sanji and Kickit were just so blind. So 10 to 8, K23 on the back foot after losing pistol. And now this is an opportunity for them to come back in. Mo is watching out for the boost angle, in case you wondered what he's looking at there. Pretty heavy play towards B to start off the round. Bringing 4 players over. Early damage. Where did that come through? Was that a nade from Norbert? Yeah. Yeah, it was. Nade out towards short water's not going to find anything. They're going to rotate Chaos back. Now, an opportunity for Nealon to aggress with a flash to maybe try and take some short water control. They're actually going to rotate Mo up too. So, getting a bit of a gut feeling, a bit of a read towards this A bomb site. Or at least this A play. And they'll probably be correct in saying so. 3 players out from long. It looks like they're actually going for a dual setup now. Boosting Mo up with the AWP. This is a risky exchange. Look at the crossfire being set here. So you've already got Chaos that's boosting Mo up. Mo's ready to come up with the AWP, and you've got Norbert already establishing contact. So if Norbert's able to at least pull some distractions away, that could help Mo get up. So Norbert finds one. Miss shot. So we didn't actually quite see that, but you can understand what was going on there. So miss shot comes out from Mo. That could have been a 2 for nothing, but they missed their chance. And now for Norbert, needs a little bit of help to get out of this spot because he's got players coming in from all different angles. Yakinda and James can swing out from long. You've also got Sanji and Kickit that are coming in through bathrooms. Now, Kios is still here, but Norbert's got a tough time. If he can find any more, then great. Does a bit of damage, but you can't expect much from him in that situation. He was very isolated, and they now know that AWP was there from Mo. Well, they knew he was out towards long, but they now know that he's fallen back towards the site. Crossover towards Monster as well for KDO, get himself in a better position at B. Might allow Nealon to rotate up, especially with Kios now going for an aggressive solo play by himself. They've got a fair bit of info. Now, one thing that kind of happened here for Nealon is that he looked like he was on rotation to A. One thing that's really crucial, especially when you know that there's A presence in terms of bathrooms or banana, is that if you just rotate Nealon up quickly, it gives away the information that they're rotating off of B, at least for a single player. So he was silently rotating, but he's decided to stay around for a little bit longer just to maybe see if it's a fake and they're going down connector. Mo and Kios just having a bit of a crossfire to set from long and through bathrooms, just jiggle peeking one another. And now they know. Now Nealon can quickly rotate up. AWP from Mo. Wow, it's even Kios to do the majority of the work. Mo didn't even need to do anything there. And James, 1v3, looking out towards connector, and time's gone. Round's finished. A 9th on the board for K23. For VP, they just weren't able to deal with that crossfire on the site. One thing that we saw from K23 in that last round was obviously the triple setup towards long. You had Norbert playing in long bathrooms, then the boost coming up from Kios and Mo to have 3 players having a bit of a triangle setup out from long. Once that, I don't know if you want to say works or doesn't work, but already contact's been established, Norbert gets traded here, and then they just fall back to site. Mo's playing the truck angle. Kios is playing back default. They've got a rotation coming up from the B bomb site from Kios, from Nealon, I should say. And just the crossfire being set of the AWP watching the long angle and Kios just jiggle peeking left and right here to try and get a bit of a sight line into here. Just gets all of the info, is able to get a couple of kills, and shuts down that round. So real nice there. One thing to even consider too is that before the execution even came through, when we saw Nealon was about to be on rotation, that Kios went for a solo aggressive play, all by himself, to find the opening man advantage for the team. And now they get a lead, so we have certainly gone very back and forward when it does come down to these lead situations. And now it's in favor of K23. Oh, what's this smoke? Is that a short smoke? Or monster? I think it might be monster, actually. Alright. That's one to maybe think about. Not bad. I actually quite like that. And it means, too, that you don't have to throw it all the way back from dumpster, so you're a little bit closer, or at least, I mean, you think about, it throws it and then runs down. You probably cover a little bit more distance here, throwing it from this angle to try and peek into connector, so that's maybe why he's decided to throw it from there rather than back towards the CT garbage area. But that's a nice one to know. Oh, this is aggressive from Nealon. This is so silent too. No nades, no nothing. Oh, he spotted out Yakinda. Yeah, look, that's a really big individual play going the way of K23. Even with a flash coming out, it does not blind Nealon considering how close he is to angle. If he was maybe a little bit further back, then there could have been a chance of being able to get him blind. Molly out towards KDO does do a fair bit of damage too to the barrels position. Now, this sort of long contact here from K23, Mo's backing up the AWP for a crossfire for Norbert, but no one actually has eyes in bathrooms, and that's allowed Buster and Sanji to get a little bit of control here. Lurk smoke to allow a little bit further bathrooms and banana presence. And Buster, an opportunity, honestly, to try and walk into the site, because no one is watching this for K23. Maybe a rotation from Kios towards A would get a bit of a sight line on it. And he's hearing the footsteps of Kios rotating up. They've pushed Norbert aggressive, though. Ooh, what is going on? We're seeing a lot of lurk plays. So Buster hearing the rotation coming up from Kios from B. We're seeing Norbert trying to backstab the T's of where the bomb is from Jame. And then kick it with a slow walk out from B. So I don't know which one I want to check the most. Probably this kick it one. Actually, no. Look at the contact here. I think this is more vital. Bit of a sloppy spray there from Norbert. And actually, Kickit has gone back into short. I don't think he committed all the way. No, he didn't. So, a misjudgment there of the slow walk out from B. And for KDO, he's just having a bit of a crossfire set with his teammate. Nealon swings out. Good crossfire being set. Peek on each other's contact. As soon as that distraction gets pulled out, that's when Nealon can swing out from Graffiti. And now they've got a bit of a streak going. Now, remember, this is what we saw towards the back end of Dust 2, where they got momentum going. They started building up some great rounds together. You're looking at probably 5 in a row. You've had 2 rounds where they've had 5 players staying alive, so money is very, very high for the Kazakhstanian team. Now starting to look into the long control, where Buster's already been able to slow walk for quite some distance now. Oh, this is what we've seen again. We've seen K23 going for this triple setup, and it was the exact same players. It's a little bit of a different scenario. We saw Norbert here last time, with Kios boosting Mo up to have this triple setup at long. But this time around, it's actually Norbert coming in from long and Mo and Kios to crossfire. So Kios can watch this sightline, Mo can establish a crossfire with Norbert. And you'd have to think that they can deal with at least Buster pretty easily. A bit of sound cues coming out from Buster of where Norbert is. Mo's hungry. He wants this. Does he know he's here? I don't know if they know he's here, but yeah, good response there coming out from Mo. Just opening up the angle. Resmoke comes out at Monster for the B players to try and buy themselves a little bit of time. Now, Sanji might want to try and find a trade here, being silent about the drop down, but Kios is still holding the angle. He's got the advantage when it comes to the shadow if Sanji peeks in. Ooh, I say that, but Sanji actually still wins. Miss smoke, actually. I think he was trying to sell a bit of an A-fake there. But that's a big kill from Sanji to find a response in. That probably should have been a kill going the way of Kios. KDO's so aggressive too, man. And look at the read that K23 have. Mo is jump spotting towards APC and default. He's seen nothing. They've brought Norbert out to B. They've got Nealon at B. They've got KDO at B. And even Norbert's got a smoke. So if he smokes off short or monster as a potential, Oh, man. The timing on that is absolutely excellent. And now for VP, they've got to make a decision. Do we just want to rush through this smoke or play behind it? And the answer is, yeah, they want to rush through. KDO finds that first engagement. Norbert setting up a crossfire. Look how quickly the rotation is from Nealon, who looked like he wanted to go back towards A. And they shut that down. A really great utility usage there from K23. The smoke down under 30 seconds left meant the VP had to push forward. KDO just is able to get a really simple kill onto Kick It. And then crossfire being set towards that short position. Nicely done. And 13-13, we're getting into some really late stages of the second half now. Fast playing to connector for the T side, and that's where Norbert's been playing from. Now, it certainly seems like for Mo, he's been bringing this AWP around the A bomb site a lot, really changing up his position. And Norbert just gets out of connector really, really quickly. They're not even looking to try and take any kind of a fight there. Making sure that he's slowly walking back, doesn't get heard. Playing out towards Divider now. Mo hasn't seen anything from long. Kios might think about rotation. Molly coming out towards the boost position to maybe try and get an aggressive short player in. And that's exactly what happens for Nealon. Doesn't see anything, and that allows the rotation to come up to the A bomb site and have 3 players there. Bit of an off angle coming out from Norbert, actually, in through the bathrooms. Difficult one to pre-fire here. Or pre-check. A lot of footsteps and util being heard, and K23 are trying to take back this map control. You've got Mo holding the sightline from Banana with the AWP. Now, this does mean that Long is exposed, but they're looking to take map control back, and they already know that there's at least a few players around this bathroom's position. So the AWP is on lock. Kios is now trying to get aggressive and just clean up. First kill goes the way of the CT side. Mo decides that he maybe wants to try and fall back and look out towards the long position, considering he doesn't see any more. So Norbert finds 2 on just 4 HP. They're falling back. Buster's hearing this. Flash out from long. Norbert would have seen him on the jump spot too. Or did he? Maybe not, actually. No, I don't think they did. So Buster's actually still stays alive and is still kicking around. Mo's here with the AWP. And for Norbert, he gets mollied. He can't fight here. He's so low. Needs to make sure that the molly doesn't spread to him. And Mo's got really 2 angles to check. Out towards long and bathrooms as well. Finally, a rotation's coming through from Nealon to try and push through the smoke. Mo with the AWP is able to find a secondary kill. Nice display here from him. And now James, last one left. That's fallen apart again. The A play has just been shut down in these last few rounds. And now you look at the buy, and I think we might have mentioned this on broadcast. Why a VP forcing here? Like, they're on 2,400 loss bonus. They could get a full buy into play for OT. I really didn't like this. I remember this round in particular. It's not really necessary for VP to buy. They could just try and play for OT, but they're going for the go big or go home moment. Jump spot from Nealon, out from the boost position. Hasn't quite seen anything just yet. Spam from Kios. And the one time that VP are on a force buy and they're leaning over towards the B site, you've got a complete gamble stack. You've got Kios in Graffiti, KDO playing close monster, Nealon playing towards water, and Mo in heaven. So it's a very, very good read here from the CT side and how they want to play this. Re-smoke coming out from KDO 2 towards monster is going to buy them a fair bit of time. Nade out towards short. Look how much damage that does. Jame in particular. Spam up onto Sanji down to 6 points of health. Another molly comes through. Some more damage is going to be taken. Or at least try and force them off angle from that boost position. Flash into short water. Another spam maybe. Oh, more damage onto Yakinda. Wow. Great nade placement and great spam. And they've still got this stack. Nothing has been seen from Norbert in terms of footsteps, presence, utility, nothing. Out towards the fountain or party or long position. Jump spot from Nealon towards barrels. You've got to expect the execution's going to be coming in relatively soon now. Getting closer to 40 seconds left. Now, Yakinda is looking like he maybe wants to go back up towards the top of connector, but they're so low. And even for Norbert, look how aggressive he is. Trying to backstab, 30 seconds left. They're going to try and sell an A fake, I think. He's just behind them. Easy kill. And from here, like, they just don't expect the backstab to come through. You've got KDO playing really close to the smoke. Kicker just pushes forward. And now it's down to your Kinder and Buster. Last two left. 2v5 to try and just bring this round back. What a hold from KDO. He's been really responsive and really huge when it comes to holding down the monster and short pushes. Your Kinder's just trying to hold on to this AWP. Knows that Norbert was somewhere near behind him. Fortunately, that nade doesn't go on the inside of the bathrooms to be able to take him out of play. But now 15-13, K23. Look at the AKs. They've got 4 AKs, I should say, up on that city side, backed up by an AWP. And VP, because they forced in the last round, they didn't get any bomb plant. Look at how many rounds it's been like players trying to survive after time rather than just going down and getting money. You've got Jame on the AWP going into round 29, but it's backed up by a single AK and just deagles. Pretty aggressive play from Norbert too, putting some early nades out towards T-Con, doing not too much damage. But certainly one of the most aggressive plays we've seen from K23, this entire CT side of getting very far forward around party. So you want to go further? Up towards Fountain, potentially. Mo hasn't seen anything in Connector or heard anything either. Matter of timing. Oh, that's the bomb that gets dropped. Norbert. Oh, he even finds 2 there. And Mo's trying to back him up the best that he can. He makes it a 3K. And this is looking like it is done and dusted. Sanji and Kickit, the last ones left. And K23, these streaks towards the end have just been fantastic. Sanji finds a response in, but Norbert has just done so much work. He makes it a 4K. And there it is, a big upset coming through for K23 as they find a 2-0 over the VP squad. Now, one thing that I do kind of want to just maybe draw on the map of some things we saw from them on Overpass, especially on their city side. Let's just go back a little bit. Now, in comparison, when you think about it, like how Whistler played their CT side on the video I made on Overpass, it was very different. We didn't really get to see that many aggressive plays from K23. They were pretty passive on both sides. We saw a lot of like dual setups, right? Especially around this long contact. We saw a lot of the time on the CT side of setting up multi-crossfires of 2-3 players at some moments. We saw Mo was bringing that AWP into connector. He was bringing it out towards the B side, playing it at Heaven for the most part when they had a stack over at B. He was taking it to long. He was taking it to the truck position. He was playing sometimes here, looking to the sightline of top con. Like, Mo was very versatile in that second half on the CT side with the AWP. We didn't see them taking back too much map control. I think that their utility usage was so on point, especially for the B side X's on their CT side from VP. We saw a couple of rounds that when VP were trying to go in for the util over the top to split in through short of Monster, Monster was constantly getting re-smoked. KDO was doing a really good job of playing around Monster and being a great B anchor, finding a lot of multi-frags and a lot of very vital kills. And look, you've got to think that for this K23 side, this is a big victory, a massive victory. We've seen derbies in the past, which can always be really exciting, but against VP that they've struggled with in the past, that were on such hot form going into this event and going into this matchup in particular, I was thinking, man, they're going to smoke K23 out of the water. Like, they're not even going to give them double digits on either map, and K23 ended up getting that 2-0 victory. So, yeah, look, massive congratulations to them with that big victory. Yeah, their series, unfortunately, or their run, was ended by Whistler in the quarterfinals of 9-5-5, but really impressive stuff from K23. I think they're a very unique team in the CIS scene. I think that they're a very slow, passive T-side squad, but occasionally have a couple of quick side X's. We saw, especially over towards B on the T side of Overpass, a couple of quicker plays. But yeah, look, impressive to say the least from K23. A name that can upset pretty regularly, a name that has been a staple tier 2 team for a while now. I'd love to see them make that next step, like the Gambit side has, or Gambit youngsters going into Gambit had made that next move to sort of being a top contender in the CIS team and playing in your DreamHacks and your ESL 1s and what have you. So I'd like to see K23 be that next team. I know that they struggled in IEM New York and in the big name event there. They didn't really have the best of showings, but they are one of the top contenders in a lot of these tier 2 online cups. So yeah, keep an eye out for them for the rest of the year. Hey guys, thanks for getting to the end of the video. Just want to say a massive shout out to K23 for getting a big victory only quite recently in the EDC. Another one for all the fantastic viewers. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Hoping to get another video up just before New Year if we can. So once again, many thanks for all the support and hopefully see you in the next video. Have a good one.